This is Cincinnati People.
A peek into the creative and curious side of Cincinnati.
From food to fun, entertainment, and so much more.
You'll find it right here.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another fantastic Cincinnati People show. Catherine, I say they're always fantastic because they are. We've got a lot of great content for you. We're in front of the Hard Rock for a great reason too.
That's right. So of course you know you can go to the Hard Rock Casino Cincinnati here and place your bets. But starting January 1st, you can legally place your bets on all kinds of sporting events. That's when the law goes into effect in the state of Ohio, and a sports book is going to be opening up right here at the Hard Rock Casino Cincinnati. Let's take a look.
We are so thrilled and delighted that in the next 60 days we will have a live sportsbook, of course, pending licensing. And my name is George Goldhoff, and I'm the president of Hard Rock Cincinnati. And with me, needs no introduction, Mr. Marty Brenneman, MLB and Cincinnati Reds Hall of Famer, broadcaster from 1974 to 2019, and they said you retired, Marty, but you are still...
You're on top of your game.
We are going to have a sports book in about 60 days, and it all leads up. We're preparing the facility. We're installing an additional, on top of what we already have, and when you look around this room where our sports book is going to be, we're going to have an additional 137 TVs. We're going to have 7 live betting windows. We're going to have 33 kiosks. And we're going to have our mobile app, which is Hard Rock Sports Betting, which you can download directly onto your phone. And so there'll be plenty of ways to place a bet here.
I think it'll be interesting when you get to events like the Super Bowl and the NCAA tournament that encompasses an entire month. I know out west they talk about those two being the biggest weeks or weekends, as the case might be, as far as the Super Bowl is concerned, with the sports books there, and I think probably the same will hold true here. I mean, I don't know that you all have overlooked anything as far as, and we were talking about it before we started. You mentioned the 33 kiosks and the betting windows and the number of televisions, and that's the first question I ask you, because that's the key to this whole thing, I think, from a visual standpoint, that a fan can come in here and you're going to have all these TVs and TVs in other locations where they can watch whatever sporting event has the greatest appeal for them. And I think that's, if you're going to involve yourself in an endeavor like this, that's what it's all about.
That's right, Marty. And we're going to have all the feeds too. We're going to have MLB, NHL, NBA, of course, college football, everything. And to your point, March Madness is going to be absolutely crazy.
Well, I mean, if you're a sports fan, and I mean, I got to be honest with you, and we were talking earlier, when I think back to the trips I've made out west and was introduced for the first time to a sports book, which I had no idea there was anything such as that.
Sure.
But being a sports fan and walking in there, seeing all the televisions with or monitors with all the different sporting events and people watching intently and placing bets, etc., it kind of blew me away. Now it's become rather matter of fact, but not to this city, and that's I think that's the key to this whole gathering here today, is because it's going to happen right here.
That's right, and you know, it's how do you raise the level? And speaking of that, on New Year's Eve will be the crescendo of opening the sports book, because we're going to open at 12:01, and I really appreciate it. I know you're going to be here, and also 9 other sports celebrities. This is probably the largest collection of Cincinnati sports royalty than Cincinnati has ever seen. Of course, we're going to have you. We're going to have the hit king, Pete Rose, placing the first bet at 12:01. How ironic is that?
It's rather fitting, to be exact.
Exactly.
Your kids now have a new place to express their creativity. The The Contemporary Art Center's Creativity Center opened to the public just this weekend after 2 years in the works. The center is free, like the rest of the CAC, and it allows kids of all ages to explore the works of several local artists and even create their own. The pieces are all interactive, like this giant bowl of pasta, to a place to invent their own game, to this DJ booth where they can mix their own music. There's even a huge studio space, perfect for creative art making when and how they want to. The Creativity Center is open at the CAC downtown Wednesday through Sunday each week.
All right, Catherine, this is a really cool piece and very timely because Election Day is right around the corner. As we know, we spoke with one of the National Board of Directors for the League of Women Voters. She's right here in Cincinnati. She's also a professor at Miami University. She's also authored books. We'll have more on that for you guys next year. That's a nice long teaser for you. But we wanted to just talk with her in general about what the League does, why their work is so important. So take a look.
I'm so proud to be affiliated with the League of Women Voters of the United States. How I came to be involved, I have joined our local Cincinnati chapter for the past few years, but what kind of turned the tide for me was all of the public outreach that I was doing around the 2020 centennial of the 19th Amendment. So I gave dozens of talks about mostly my book, Free Thinker, and I would often end these talks by saying something to the effect of, if you want to have your faith in democracy restored, spend some time with the League of Women Voters, because many of the people who would invite me to give book talks or who attended my talks were League of Women Voters people. And I was so impressed always with the quality of the discussion, the sorts of events they did, the programming. And so then out of the blue, about a year ago, I got an email that said, oh, you've been nominated for the National Board of the League of Women Voters. And I thought, oh my gosh, like I would love to do this. I would love the chance to put more of my time where my mouth already is, more of my time and my effort, to talking about the League of Women Voters' two main guiding principles, which is defending democracy and empowering voters. And so the research I did for Free Thinker was about how the 19th Amendment became passed by Congress and ratified, but it's also a history of the National American Woman Suffrage Association, which is the organization that became the League of Women Voters after ratification. So to me, it's kind of a full circle story of putting my research to modern day use to think about the vital importance of voting rights. So to your point, yes, voting rights in 2022, I would say this is the issue of our time. No matter what your number one issue normally is, if it's climate change or Black Lives Matter or reproductive rights, in 2022, I think everyone's number one issue has to be voting rights. We've seen record numbers of attacks and rollbacks on voting rights, voting access in the past few years. So to me, that's why I'm so excited and honored to join the League in their efforts to empower voters and defend democracy. The League of Women Voters of Cincinnati has a great website with many resources. You can join a committee, you can just get on their mailing list, you can become a member. There's many levels of involvement. You could also check out the League of Women Voters national website, lwv.org, to see nationally more about what the League's doing and especially what we've been doing in the run-up to the election. This is the core issue for the League of Women Voters. We are nonpartisan. We don't get involved in specific elections or candidates. What we do is work to empower, educate, and make accessible the vote to all citizens, because this is what our democracy is based on. This is what makes our nation so historic in the world, is that one vote, one citizen principle, right? That we need to have the chance to have our ideas, our opinions communicated to those that represent us in office. This is how our democracy works, and it's our job to uphold it with our vote each and every election.
And speaking of pies, if your Thanksgiving table doesn't have one yet,
It has to have one.
yes, and we have an option for you. Bust a Crust is happening right now. It is the Meals on Wheels fundraiser. It's the biggest fundraiser of the year. For $25, you can get a pie for your Thanksgiving table, and all the money goes to help seniors in our area. Go to bustacrust.org to learn all about it. It's only $25, and what a great, great deal. Now, if you also want to help folks, got a great opportunity for you this weekend. The DAV 5K is happening in advance of Veterans Day, and Betsy Ross has a look.
Want an easy, fun, and fulfilling way to support our nation's veterans? The DAV 5K, presented by Humana and USAA, is the annual fundraiser to support the Disabled American Veterans Organization with national headquarters right here in Northern Kentucky. The DAV 5K is a walk, roll, run, and ride that honors those who served and raises awareness of the issues our ill and injured veterans face every day. This year's in-person event is Saturday, November 5th, starting at Great American Ballpark and ending with a post-party at the Banks in downtown Cincinnati. Or choose to do it virtually from anywhere, from November 5th through November 30th. Funds from the 5K support the work of the DAV, providing free services to our nation's injured heroes so they can find jobs, transition back to civilian life, and get the benefits they've earned. It's our way to say thank you to the brave men and women who have served our country and sacrificed so much to protect us and our freedom. Want to learn more? For more information, go to dav5k.org.
All right, Catherine, and it's not Thanksgiving without a turkey.
It's kind of the most important part.
Yeah, you gotta have it. So we went a few months ago, I would say, and talked with the folks at Gorman Heritage Farms, and they are fantastic there. It's an educational farm, it's a working farm, and because of that, they have turkeys there to purchase. I'm willing to bet if they are not already sold out for Thanksgiving, they're getting very, very close. So if you are watching this right now, you better get online, give them a call. They raise them and feed them, and they said they give them the very best lives up until their very last day, Catherine. The sweet things, take a look.
Since we are a working farm, we do grow food here at the farm, and we sell that in our farm shop. We sell eggs, chicken, pork, beef, flowers, honey from our honeybees, and then every Thanksgiving we do sell turkey. So we have turkeys on the farm. They come as a one-day-old little turkey poult in July, and then we have them ready for Thanksgiving dinners. So people are able to reserve their turkey by making a deposit. You can do that online. Our website is gormanfarm.org. So all of the meat orders can be done online. So yeah, the turkeys, I mean, they're pasture raised. They lead great lives. They're delicious. Yeah, turkeys in the fall in November.
All right, that's it for this week's show. I think it was a great one, Catherine. We've got you guys all ready and prepared for Thanksgiving and the upcoming holidays.
You know it. We talked pumpkin pies. We talked voting next week. All kinds of great stuff in advance of Thanksgiving and then the holidays, Lauren. That's when it really gets fun.
Oh my gosh, and you guys just wait. You think we've got great stories and segments for you now. We are going to be putting out a whole bunch of holiday specials, things you need to go to, what you need to know, best places to shop. We can't forget, of course, Small Business Saturday coming up in, gosh, a little over a month or so. So we've got it all covered for you. Make sure you follow our socials. We'll have it on there for you. We'll see you guys, gosh, next
2
week,
weeks, right?
2 weeks? Yeah, there you go.
See you then.